Hi everybody, welcome to another video. This is the NS Iwata. It's actually a pair, this. It's the Kawami 1, and I call them the pink caps, but they're the RT, the revolutionary technology versions. Just before I start, just to say thank you to all the new subscribers and the existing subscribers as well. If you are liking what you see, if you could think about giving us a subscription, it would help the channel. I'll put a link in the description of the video, and also we're on Facebook and we're on Instagram as well, so if you want to pop along there and check us out, would be welcome. So Kawami 1, as I say, I refer to them as the pink caps. They're actually a 1.3, which is what we're using now, and that's for base coat, and it also comes as a 1.6. So you buy the guns individually, and they have two different nozzles as well. So the nozzles differ from some of the other Kawami ones in the fact that they have 16 holes around the outside of the fluid tip. Most of them will have 8. So these two have 16 holes. And that is normally when they've got more holes around the fluid tip, that's when they put the RT on the revolutionary technology on the handle. There's a little engraving where your thumb would normally sit. They just put RT. And what they tend to do is they tend to run at a lower pressure than some of the other Kawami ones, but still give good results. They don't have a split tip like some of the other guns do, although as far as I know, none of the Kawami ones have a split tip, you know, the tulip tip as I would call it. So none of them have that anyway, but it does make a difference. Those extra air holes around the front do make a difference. So the 1.3 comes with a B10 cap, and it's designed to run at about 1.5 bar. I want to say about 1.5 bar, which is about 22 psi. And I use it at that, and I've been using it at that. This video is actually about a year old, but I've been using it at that, and it's been absolutely fine. This is just a silver and a relatively small tank, but I've used it on bigger things with more complex colours, and it comes through admirably. It works really, really well. So yeah, they say in their literature it's designed for metallics and pearls, and I would have no qualm with that. It seems to work really well with mainly metallics I use, but it seems to work really well with the different colours I've used it with. Lays it down really, really nice, atomises nice and fine. One of the things you'll find that with the lower pressures that these things work, you get less overspray. So if you're using it in, like my situation, a workshop or somewhere where you want to try and keep it down if you can, they're ideal for that. And it's one of the things, when I got this pairing, it was before I got the DV1S, and when I eventually got the DV1S, I said I was a little underwhelmed with it at the time. I mean, I've since done a top 12 minigun video, and I put it in first place, but I'll put a link again in the description if you want to see that. I put it in first place, but it was one of the things when I did the first video on that, I was thinking there's other guns out there where you can get a pair of them with a cup for less money than the DV1S. And something like these two are exactly what I had in my thinking in my mind, because these are very, very good guns. They're not quite comparable to the DV1S if ultimately super fine atomization is what you want. But if you want some really, really good guns, and ideally you want one for each, which is the ideal situation, you should have one for base coat and one for clear coat. Normally you would have a smaller tip for base coat than clear coat as well, which obviously this combination works fine. And if you buy them together with a cup, it's actually, you still get some change out of the money you would in the UK anyway get for pay for a DV1S. I actually got these as a pair on eBay, and they cost me £200 for the pair, and they were used, not used, if that makes sense, so new but a private seller. So the chap had bought them for a project, and he just hadn't used them, so he put them up on eBay, and I snapped them up because at the time I was checking out the different Kawami ones, and I hadn't seen these two. They weren't actually on eBay much. The 1.6 still you can't find on eBay. Last time I looked, you couldn't see it on there, but it is available. I mean, I get a lot of stuff from Painting Tools Japan. I just contact them on I was going to say Facebook then, it's not Facebook, Instagram. I contact them on Instagram. So I'm sure places like that will do them. But as I say, I just got these off eBay. So these actually run me £200, so they're an absolute bargain, really. But the 1.3, which is the base coat gun, has, I think I've said, the B10 cap. The 1.6 has the B12 cap. So the cap is different as well as the tip size. So they do run slightly differently. Also, the clear gun is designed to run, what to say, about 1.8 bar compared to the 1.5 bar for the base gun. And again, I had no qualms with that at all. I didn't feel the need that I wanted to put it up because the effects are a bit peely or anything. Didn't find that at all. 1.8 bar or 26 psi as it is in Imperial was absolutely fine. You may, if you're doing a specific project, you may find that you want to bump it up a little bit, but as I say, I had absolutely no need to do that at all. I've used this particular clear coat is a cheap U-pole clear coat, but I've since used it, as I say, this video is about a year old anyway, but I've since used it with quite a few different clear coats. I've got some different clear coats I've been trying for ages, and I've been using it with the different clear coats, better quality ones, and again it works admirably. So yeah, I've got no qualms in recommending both of these. And if you're going to be able to buy them as a set, then yeah, I would agree. It's a good place to be, because the 1.6 is much faster for clear coat than some of the other miniguns, like the DV1S. Well, like most of them, to be fair, because that bigger tip does make it count when you're putting clear coat on, and you can get more material on, which just can give you often a better finish. I know you can slow the gun down so that you get more clear coat on, but it starts to be painful. Is probably the wrong word, but it starts to be laborious. So yeah, a really good set of guns, these two. I would recommend you get the pair together, use them together. I haven't used the 1.3 for clear coat, so I can't say to you, yeah, get a 1.3 because it does both really well. But as a pair, these are really good. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks as ever for watching, and as I've always said, I'll keep making them if you keep watching them. Cheers, guys. Thanks. Bye-bye.